Hey, listeners. Welcome to Align Anyway. I'm your co-host, Josh.
And I am Tiffany. And tonight we are talking about something I think we all can relate to.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we said this is a safe space, but tonight we're going to dig deep into how alignment doesn't always mean being in agreement. So I want to test that tonight. Can you actually respect someone you don't agree with and not politely tolerate, not avoid, not smiling through it, but actually respecting them? Those are the topics tonight. I want that to marinate. Before we dive deep, Tiffany, what kind of update do you have on your life? I haven't talked to you and it feels like forever. You've been busy. What is going on?
See, the funny thing is like you talk about this topic, and right away I'm like digging in, I'm like, I have an answer, but I wasn't going to share it. Anyway,
All right.
I feel like we talk all the time, but we've been talking podcasts, so we don't always talk about what's going on because we're talking about that specific thing. But the fiance and I decided to do a little, impromptu weekend getaway. Really, it was more like a day getaway because I worked Saturday and then we went after work and then we have no clothes and we're not prepared. And we went to the mall, and the way I ran through that mall, I mean, not really ran, but like it was enough that I had a little sweat going. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got my hair did, and I
It looks
got
good.
my little
P.S. Your
thank
brows look
you.
good too. Did you get those done
Thank
too?
you. No, I did not. I've just
Oh,
filled them
okay.
in.
Keep it on
But
fleek. Love
listen,
it.
exactly. But I got some inches or whatever. So I'm like running through the mall, trying to get to the freaking store to hurry up and pick something up. And I'm a plus size girly. I don't know what I was thinking I just could just run into the mall and get something easy. So it took forever for us to get on the road. Driving to Savannah, the drive is great. We're just vibing, chilling, having a good old time. And we get to the hotel until around maybe 11-ish. We stayed at the Courtyard Marriott in downtown Savannah. I do not recommend. I would say probably like a 3 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah. We arrive, and just for starters here, I am definitely more like, those memes or those TikToks where the wife is like, fuck your man, because whatever, like going off. And then the husband's like real chill and calm. Yeah. So that's pretty much us. So we get there and the lady's like, oh, your room's not ready. And I'm like, really? Because I already paid for it. How's it not ready? No, I'm sorry. No remorse, no nothing. Just like, it is what it is type situation.
Mm-mm.
She tells me that, well, I can put you in another room because for some reason, the man that took your room, he left this room. He didn't want it. So I'm like, no, I want a refund. I'm irritated. I'm like, I'm find something else. My sweet baby angel Dawn is like, no, we're going to stay here. We're going to let her go. We're going to figure this out. We're not getting a new hotel. Like, we're not doing all this. Thank God for her that I love this man and he was there because she was about to get it. So we get to the room and we're like, hurry up quick. We got to take a shower. We've been driving for 4 or 5 hours and we're trying to go out. Mind you, auntie and uncle going out. I don't know what we were thinking, trying to go out this late. It's 11:30. We don't really actually get out till 12, maybe 12:30. Josh, we go to get in the shower and the shower is flooded. Like
What?
it's like I don't notice that it's flooding at first because it's normal. And then I realize I'm like, oh, this is kind of high. It's coming up to my ankles and it's
Oh,
not
God.
stopping. It's not draining. The toilet doesn't flush and the door to the shower doesn't fully close. So no wonder this man stole my room because he didn't want that room, right? That makes sense.
Mm.
I'm like ready to go. Like I'm ready to go off. Oh, I'm about to light this shit on fire. I'm not paying for shit. No, this is it. Again, Marriott better thank sweet baby Don, okay? Because he is the reason that I am calm. He's like, nope, you stay here. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to deal with it. She makes us go downstairs to get another room. Now we do get put into a king suite. which is nicer. The balcony was nice, but it's not like anything to write home to for the amount of money it was. It's 400
Sure.
bucks a night.
Jesus.
400 bucks a night for that is ridiculous.
Mhm.
I definitely complain to see if I can get a refund because if you fuck up my service, I'm gonna get it for free. That's just
Uh-huh.
how I do. Like,
Right.
I work in service and I do not allow clients to ever feel that way. So it's not okay for me to feel that way.
Right.
But we salvaged it. You know, we had a cute little breakfast. I love Savannah. It's so cute and
Oh my god,
quaint.
it's my
And we
favorite place on
had,
earth.
I know, you told me some places we didn't get to go, had just a cute little breakfast at this place that was like, we just, me and Don really like to look at architecture and stuff. So we're like looking at the buildings and it was beautiful. And I went shopping and really into my crystals and bringing the energy and really excited about the podcast and wanting to make like my recording space just like very much me. So
Yeah.
wanted to show you guys this beautiful little piece.
Oh, a little cherry blossom.
Yes, I love
That's
this,
cute.
and these are amethyst, just to bring, like, love and energy and positive things, and I have little, like, bits of pink pretty much everywhere. You guys probably already saw my mic is pink, my earphones, so little pink everywhere. Purple is my favorite color, but, I'm in a pink phase right now, so
Hey,
that's
get it.
just a tad bit about, what kinda happened this weekend, but what's up with you?
Oh my gosh. I was preparing to see this awesome friend of mine named Tiffany. So I was scrubbing my house. Oh, that's you, by the way. I was scrubbing my house from top to bottom, like in separate parts of my day. I mean, I mentioned I am kind of crazy a little bit. So I have OCD to the max, which is great. And it's also a curse, right? Because my time is really absorbed by cleaning and being under the pretense that everything's going to be perfect all the fucking time, and that's not fair to anyone else around me in my circle. However, my house always looks really fucking clean, so that's the positive there. So I was pulling out everything, pulling out the dressers, pulling out my bookshelves, getting the vacuum out, dehairing it, just like everything. I wanted to come home after seeing you in the mountains, getting clarity and peace to a completely clean home without anything to fucking do. So really focused on that. Really wanted to go to the theme parks since I'm a theme park junkie these days, but
You
I said,
are.
no, I
You're
really need
there all the
to.
time.
Oh my god, like every other weekend it seems like it's my
I'm
passion.
I'm a
I
little
love it.
jealous about it because I love Harry Potter World and like, oh, I miss
Oh,
that.
I'm such a nerd. I mean, I literally would get my cape and my wand and I will waltz through that bitch like I'm Tyra Banks, running down
Dude,
that Hogsmeade like it's my runway.
not Tyra Banks right now. She's canceled right now
Oh, true, true,
until
true.
for
Wrong
until
words,
further
wrong
notice.
words. Oh god,
Until further notice.
wrong words. I just meant in model pretense. That was the first thing that came to mind. You're right. Bad. Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. I'm I'm still damaged by it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was really what's going on is just really getting the cleanliness aspect of my life in check, and I got a new Xbox controller. It was some I just
Yeah.
kind of upgraded it. I got it was like 150 bucks, and I was like, you know what? Such a big gamer. Like I really need to just invest in myself and the time I spend doing this. So why not have the best of the best, right? So I did a little gaming elevation in my life, and then I figured, I got a bonus. Why not treat myself? And that's what I did. And that was my weekend.
I love that. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm totally like revamping my house and getting like good quality things that are good for me and my body, like this little gaming chair that I have that's really comfortable and like just making sure I have quality things to and that lasts longer too because I am definitely that person who will like buy the cheapest of the cheapest shit constantly.
Hmm.
And finally, my mother in law was like, she really put me on game. She was like, you got to stop doing this. This is a waste of money. Like,
Agreed.
she really taught me, I would say, like this past year, just about like the quality of things and just living with her and seeing like the quality of the things that she has and how long they last. I'm like, okay, it's worth it. And it does end up saving you money in the long
Mhm.
run rather than just getting that quick fix. But
Yeah.
I digress as per usual. Listeners, you should just, buckle up, get used to that.
And honestly, if it makes you feel good, just fucking do it. Like, I know you should be saving, we should be investing in yourself financially, but you know what? You should also be investing in yourself mentally, and your mental health is important. So, if you get a little tangible item that makes you feel self appreciative of the hard work you put into your own universe, I think that's worth it. Whether it's a gaming controller, whether that's a new setup for your podcast, whether that's
Listen,
new
mine was
hair,
my
you
listen,
know?
Mine was these inches because this is the most I've ever spent on hair, but shout out to Raleigh Microlinks. My girl got me. It's definitely investment in yourself for sure. My
Yeah.
confidence is up though, so I'm good.
Yeah. That's right, and it should be. So, that's really exciting. Sounds like
Yeah.
we both had some pretty productive, great weeks, so that's great.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
All right. Well, we're going to dive right from the happy train right into a little more depth, I would say. We're going to go back to what we're talking about today. And that was, do you respect someone that you don't necessarily agree with? Now, that could be on a number of things, but I mean like core value shit, right? Not just like, hey, do you like to go on midnight walks or don't you? I don't mean like that petty shit. I mean some real in-depth life shit. And how do you just agree to disagree? So for you, Tiffany, I want to hear your perspective on that.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little petty.
Uh,
So like I ju I just posted this picture today of the moon. It's a full moon, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and I got a good view from it from the 4th floor, you know,
it is beautiful tonight.
patio. And I literally posted and I was like, "If I can't send you moon pics, we can't be friends." So I am on that level of petty. If you don't like to stop and stare at the moon, I just feel like we're probably not gonna vibe.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point where I feel like I've earned the right to be really fucking petty. I'm petty with my time. I'm petty with my space. Like, I'm very quick to be like, cut it.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like for a long time, I was like, well, they don't mean it, or because of their upbringing, this is the case, and this is why we have differences, and blah, 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 blah. But if you can't get with my fundamentals, I'm done. And I could be polite to you and I can be cordial and smile in a room with you, but I don't fuck with you. And I think that's okay. And so to answer your question, I feel like if I don't respect you, no, I can't have a relationship with you at all. I can have a surface level relationship. I mean, I have surface level relationships with a lot of people, but I don't feel like fundamentally I care to know you beyond the puddle in which they wade in.
Yeah,
First of all, that was a bar
it
from the
was.
poet. But yeah, no, I can't. And we can, dive into that a little bit more, but I want to know your what are your thoughts?
I'm like mostly in with what you're saying because right now I'm in my era of cut, cut, cut and shred, shred, shred. Right. So my word
Yes.
of the year is shred it. Back
Yes.
to the
I
first
love it.
episode where we shredded my food safety certificate I'm not going to use, and you're throwing away those things that you're not going to keep as a self narcissistic trophy. I'm shredding the things I don't fucking want to affect me anymore. Whether that be my family that's giving me the wrong vibes, whether that's friends that I shouldn't let in or shouldn't continue to keep, even though I do, or whether that's just, letting things in my realm affect me, knowing that I don't have direct control over them. And I think that's the biggest part for me is really letting go of that. I would say that when it comes to respecting people, if it's a core value issue, it's never going to be. I see you for who you are. When people tell you who they are, believe them. When you see a sign, it's there in front of you. And if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So I've learned a lot of those lessons just from getting burned and crashing and burning and picking myself back up through them. And right now, I'm not going to crash and burn anymore. My wall is up so fucking high, and the people that I want in are already there. Right. The other part of that for me, though, is being sorry for that person and feeling, I guess, remorse that they allowed themselves, instead of to evolve, put themselves in a gutter. And it's not a clean gutter. It's a filthy, disgusting, clogged gutter that has been rotting for years.
The imagery though.
But think about that in someone's core. Like you start off this in this clean persona, and then you let all this poison affect you and who you are and what you believe and how you treat people. Then you become who you said you never wanted to be. And along the way, you never owned up to your shit, and you let everything else mold you.
You know, what you're saying right now is really causing me to reflect and self-assess, right? Like I'll be honest, I think like 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, I was really like a pretty judgmental person.
Mhm.
I'll be honest with you. And not like social class or status or anything like that, but more of like I was always the person who I would never. And this was like me, I would say this is college Tiffany.
Mm,
Um I would, like, oh, couldn't be me. And now the one thing I hate more than anything else in this world is someone that tells me couldn't be me. Right? Well, it's not you. And I didn't ask if it was you. And I think that the reason I'm so quick to cut off is because when I was very judgmental, I think I was because I didn't truly know myself.
mm,
A lot of the things that I said couldn't be me too, or I would never, are things that I ended up doing and things that I wish that I hadn't or hadn't needed to, or thoughts that changed my perception of things. And so I know that I'm an open minded person because I worked hard at becoming one because I did not used to be. So now, if I'm like, we need to cut it, there's a reason. That is me respecting my boundaries. That's not being mean. That's not being rude. That's not giving people grace because Lord knows I give grace. I probably give way too much grace. And now I'm at a point where I'm going to give you just enough rope to hang yourself. And you better be blaming you. Don't come at me.
yeah. Especially if you vocalize it, and people like us, we don't have an issue doing that, right? Like, we are very blunt, sometimes to a fault, most of the time to our superpower. But,
Exactly.
I do wanna say, though, I that's what I appreciate about our friendship, is that we could be real with each other, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, and there's not that need to take offense because we know it comes from a healing, good place.
Right. I would definitely agree. And you know what? When it comes to like just working together and things that we may perceive as like, well, I don't know how this person's going to take this and things like that. Really being able to have those courageous conversations and be like, okay, well, I don't know how they're going to take it, but I'll never know if I don't have the conversation. So I don't want people to think that like just cut people off right away because that is something that my therapist said, like, hey, maybe that's not a good thing. There might be a reason for that. So I will say that I've taken time to make sure that I have courageous conversations and not just shy away from them. Because while, yes, I am a blunt person, I also am a very sensitive person and I care about what people think about me. I care about if I hurt their feelings or not. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh,
So
sure.
when it comes to kind of making sure that I'm sticking to my boundaries, that's more so what it's about. Knowing when to give grace and knowing when to kind of cut it. And I pay attention through, do our morals align? What do our values look like? Not just before, well, they made this decision because of X, Y, and Z. Because it's like,
Mhm,
well, I could have done that too, and I chose
yeah,
not to.
uh-huh,
So there's a reason as to why, just
sure.
kind of staying on that train. And I think because I was judgmental before, and now when I just quickly cut people off, I don't feel like it's coming from a place of judgment. I feel like it's coming from a place of protection
Oh, okay.
for myself because I love myself now. And and when I was letting people take advantage of me or not really take me seriously, I didn't love
Mhm.
myself. And so I held on to people thinking that I needed to because who else was going to love me?
You know, we have like this double side to ourselves, right? Like, if you want to refer to it in a religious sense, which I'm not, by the way, but angel devil, right? Like, a part of me is like, ooh, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. Fuck you. If I'm good, I'm a bad bitch. The other part is like, but love me, like me, accept me. And then somewhere in the middle, you're like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about either of these worlds because they both have a little ickiness to them, right? If you give too much of one and not of the other, or the vice versa on the other end of it, you're either way, it's really hard to keep that balance, especially when it comes back to tying it into that respect piece. Is there a specific situation lately that has caused you to feel any sort of way in the sense?
What do you mean? Feel like like, not like, I need
disrespected.
them to cut like, I need to cut them out.
Yeah, like maybe
Yeah.
there's a situation that ultimately caused that rift in the friendship or relationship, and what was that situation, and what was the drawing line for you to shred it?
Yeah, sure, we just gonna spill some tea.
Spill
I
it.
mean, I had met someone, you guys know that I recently moved to Raleigh, and so I've been trying to make friends, and I've been meeting people on Bumble and things like that, and, you know, probably, like, 4 out of 10 do not recommend. It just is, like, really difficult to feel like I'm dating for friends, It
Sure.
just
Yeah.
feels weird.
Yeah, get it.
But I met up with someone and I'm very much like, if someone doesn't want to do it for me or with me, I don't mind doing it by myself. So I just put like this little group chat thing like, hey, I'm going to be here at this time, this place. If you want to come through. If you don't, cool, I'll go. Whatever. So someone ended up showing up and we hit it off like similar humor
Okay.
and hung out a little bit more and just kind of realized that, she wasn't for me. And basically, it was just like invasive questions. She was asking me questions that felt judgmental. And we went out to a show, a little like, which the show was cool, but like not my thing. But I'm like, I'll try anything once kind of deal. And the questions that she were asking me, you know how when someone asks you questions and it's like you can tell they already have an opinion, so they're
Mhm.
trying to see if your answer matches what they thought it would be.
Yeah.
She was asking me questions just about like my living situation and like where my bonus kids were going to stay and things like that, right? Because I have a 3 bedroom and I guess that's too small for for how many bonus kids I have, which it's not. Kids share a room, that's normal.
Mhm.
But I felt like she was, like, attacking me as a mom, and I've not ever been a mom before, right? My bonus kids have just been in my life for the last almost 3 years now, but those are my babies, and I've become attached. So, if you say something that attacks me as a mom or bonus mom, whatever the case, or I feel like you're coming for my kids or whatever, like, I'm done.
Mhm.
And so she dropped me off and I was like, "Okay, girl, have a good night." And I blocked her on everything and never spoke to her again. And when I
Good for
tell
you.
you, I was so proud of myself. I was like, "Yes. Go Tiffany, go like
Shred it.
shred it." Because normally, I would stick around and I would be like, "Oh, am I, you know, is there something I could be doing better?" Or whatever the case. And she was someone who was going through her own situation. And sometimes I find women are not as welcoming to women that are bonus moms. Um, it just doesn't seem to be like welcomed. Like either I'm doing too much or I'm not doing enough, which doesn't
It
make
y
any sense,
You
and
know, and it's
so I just
weird,
had to
it's
cut it.
weird. I agree, and, I think sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, because 'cause I'm not a woman and I'm not a mother, and I don't have kids, so maybe I'm speaking just from this ignorant place, but I think that she was judging based on like, "Ooh, why don't you have kids? What caused you not to have kids? Why now are you having kids? Is it because it's a medical issue? Is it because it was a financial thing? Is your family's fucked up?" And they're starting to think like you're not worthy. Do you not think you're worth? And then like there's all these things that you start to think about as the person going through it. Like, no, 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 you don't know me and my hard work. First of all, not your fucking business, not your circus or your rodeo. So get off my Bronco and quit bucking. So
Ah, I like that.
get the fuck out of here. The fact that she even asked you those things, I don't think I've even asked you anything remotely to something like that because A, it doesn't matter because B, you love those kids. Everyone that is in your circle knows that. And if not, why would you be hanging out with someone that might not be treating these kids right? Like, what does that say about your character as a person?
Exactly. I was like, "I'm done. I'm over it," and that's it. It was another situation, so it was funny because we mentioned Harry Potter World earlier, and I told her how, like, me and my friend used to, like just like you and Dylan, we would because we're Florida people, you know?
Yes.
So, we had season passes to, Universal, and I
Mm,
was like, "Yeah, me and my friend, we used to just go," and I'm not, like, a big rides person because 'cause I'm terrified of heights, but I love me some Harry Potter, and
mhm.
I love Harry Potter World. I'm Gryffindor, by the way.
Slytherin.
I Slytherin. I
Mhm.
always, you know what? Erica's a Slytherin too. She don't know she is, but you and her, y'all are
My
twins.
birthday twin?
Exactly. But I was just like, yeah, we used to go hang out in Harry Potter World because I love butterbeer and I had season passes. So it was like, shoot to Orlando, not a big deal.
Mhm.
But like, she's not from Florida, so she doesn't get it. And she was just like, yeah, sometimes I just feel like it's so hard to relate with you because while you were just going to Universal to hang out in Harry Potter World, I was in the carpool line. And so she said this, and I was just kind of like taken aback. And I was like,
Hmm.
well, I would like to have been in a carpool line, but unfortunately, I didn't meet the love of my life yet. And I hadn't had kids because I wanted to be with the love of my life when I had kids. So excuse the fuck out of me that my body
Yeah.
wasn't cooperating on your motherfucking time. And
You
then
just
now
uncovered it.
yeah, and then now, like, what I'm going through and just for other people who may also be going through this, but, like, I got diagnosed with diminished ovarian reserve, and it's gonna be really tough for me to have kids, and I'm going through a fertility journey where we are attempting to try to anyway, and I just had some polyps removed from my uterus and cervix, and so, like, dealing with women who were judging me for not having kids or having kids later in life, fuck you.
Right. And you don't know what you don't know until you know. And then you should feel like an asshole. But you know what? She didn't get a chance to because sometimes the words that just happen to come out of your mouth, sometimes they don't deserve retribution. And it's not like she said anything, at least from what she wasn't like maliciously saying awful things, but she was poking and saying things that were insinuating awful things about you, which make you feel like she said them anyway, which is the same result. So she had to go. So good job to
Exactly.
you. Good job to
Thank
you.
you. So it was a win all in all because it was a lesson learned and it was necessary and it was a good
Mhm.
purge for me to not keep that negative energy around me. And it was also
Yeah.
like my first kind of, I guess, mom shame or guilt or whatever. So just learning how to navigate that.
Yeah. I totally understand.
So, same question for you because we're not just about to
Ooh.
get on my
Oh,
tea.
okay,
So
okay.
please do tell, who have you decided wasn't worth the energy anymore?
It's hard to say it without saying it because I'm just that person in nature, so it's hard not to go all the way there, you know what I mean? I am a proud, outspoken gay man. I have a trans cousin. I have a gay cousin. I've got a biracial adopted sister who has a child who feels like they are trans, Going through a lot of this stuff. Okay, well, those things are like kind of core value issues for me. I just cannot let my peace be disrupted. My dad in the past had always been very accepting, at least to my knowledge. When I came out of the closet, he had a couple questions, but ultimately he accepted me for who I was. And my dad's brother is gay. So it just felt like it was right. And he actually took it a little better than my mom did, if I'm being honest. So, and that's not normally the case when people come out to their dads versus their mom. It's usually the mom that's usually more accepting. Dad starts making some microaggressions. My dad has really shown some pretty disgusting traits. I was eating breakfast on my birthday one morning, and he comes to see me in Florida, and he says, "Ooh," and he's like doom scrolling. And he'd have been up before I was. It was like 7 a.m. He's like, "Oh, Josh, you're never going to believe this." I said, "What?" He goes, "Planet Fitness is under scrutiny again. They're under fire." And I said, "Why, Dad?" And he goes, "They're letting women in the men's bathrooms again and men in the women's bathrooms." And I said, "Are you talking about fucking trans people at 7 in the morning, Dad? Is that what we're doing on my birthday right here?" And then he goes, "Oh." I'm like, "Huh. Okay." So that was kind of like the eye opening moments in the same weekend. The racial microaggression, plus it was like the next morning he did that. Like, I just told him I can't talk to you until you realize why this stuff is wrong to me. And then it became, well, why can't we just agree to disagree? Well, that kind of leads back to the topic, right? Like, we can't just agree to disagree anymore. This stuff is deeper than this shit. It's just not okay anymore for me. And I'm done. I've had it. I shred it.
Honestly, first of all, like, I have my lip gloss here, so we're just gonna drop that. That's the mic. Um, that was a lot. And it's like, and I get it. It's so much going on in the world. And it's really hard to be able to like, we're finally at a place now where we can no longer wear rose colored glasses. And to have these conversations with people where I'm like, I'm tired of educating. You know why? We got ChatGPT, we got Google, we got the news. You have so many things and resources and people and books and things that you can talk about. I'm not fucking here to educate you.
Mhm.
Look it up.
Mhm.
Figure it out. Be a normal human being. But you know what? It's about to get real. I don't know. Like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I'm a little like, damn, this got deep. I started this to be real and raw and honest and have honest conversations. And this is where we are. We are not perfect and we are not meant to be perfect. But my goal is to try. My goal is to love those, regardless of they love me or not. However, my goal is to not have a fucking blindfold over my eyes. If you think that me saying Black Lives Matter means that all lives don't matter,
Mhm.
you don't get it. I can't fuck with you. So no, I can't respect you. I can't be cool with you beyond that. If you don't get it,
Mm-mm.
we're not for each other.
Nope. If you don't believe that universal lives matter, you are not for me. If you are out there being a racist, you shouldn't go to a Mexican restaurant. You should not be listening to jazz music. You should
And don't
not
be
be out
going
there.
over to freaking Cozumel either. Don't be on these
Mhm.
cruises going to
That's right.
Cozumel.
Nope.
No.
You fucking sit your ass at Cracker Barrel where your racist ass can get your apple pie and your chicken. I'm done with it. You need to go where you belong. You want segregation? We'll put you right where you belong. You know what I mean? If you can't root for the people that need to be rooted for, if you can't fight for the marginalized in a time that we all need it, what kind of person are you? Who are you as a person? I can't partake in hypocrisy if I'm trying to be an authentic, real person who's evolving.
And that trying to be an authentic, real person who's evolving. I'm going to say it one more time. Trying to be an authentic, real person who's evolving. And that is why if I cannot, do not, will not, probably will never respect you, respectfully back the fuck up.
Hmm.
We cool? Hey, how you doing? Have a good day. I want you to have a good day away from me.
Hmm.
Okay? So, no, I cannot be friends with someone that I don't respect. Can I be cordial with someone I don't respect? Hell yeah, I do it all the time. How in the world am I supposed to survive in this world with all the things that are happening if I can't
One
figure
day
out
at
a
a
way
time.
to coexist? So we started with how do you deal with someone that you can't respect? And I want to share this to our listeners. How you deal with someone that you can't respect is, hey, how you doing? Have a good day. Wish them well, wish them peace, but it ain't your fight. You do not need to educate, over explain, concede. Do your thing away from them. Set your boundaries. Protect your peace at all costs because there is nothing more important than protecting your peace. So cut them off, leave them on red, block them. Do whatever you need to do because the only thing that matters is the peace within you. Keep that. Respect that.
On the other side of the spectrum, I want to say that if that person is worth it to you to try to wake them up and you love them enough and you think that maybe there's sense to be talked into them here, try. If it fails, it's not on you anymore. It's on them. At that point, all you can do is feel sorry for them that they're not willing to have compassion and love and understanding that sometimes our decisions have actions and these actions are losing relationships. And this relationship that I'm holding is with myself. And I don't need anyone to fuck that up because I'm working really hard on that relationship right now. I'm okay with not allowing anyone to break up that relationship. I just wish that everyone could get back to a place of understanding and love and compassion because when we do that, we all win.
Well, honestly, I'm going to be, just keep it real. I was a little hesitant to share what we just shared and to have the conversation we just had. But like, honestly, it was true and it was authentic and it was real. And I think that it needed to be said. And I think that a lot of times I don't always share because I'm always conscious of the blowback. But I need to stand 10 toes down on my beliefs. And that's not me putting down anybody else's beliefs. That's just me setting a boundary that says, I don't fuck with you. And I think that's okay.
Mhm.
I don't fuck with you doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean that I can't say hello to you. It doesn't mean that I can't wish you well. It means that you are not welcomed in my circle and in my energetic orbit. And I
That's
don't
right.
think that's a problem, you know?
I agree with you. We did talk about a lot of deep shit as we do on our podcast of vulnerability. You know, two friends, different worlds, aligned anyway. But next week, Tiffany's going to be taking the host chair and we're going to be talking about when growth makes you the villain. I cannot wait to discuss that because I have some thoughts on that. I'm also
Same.
got a couple things to say about us getting together next week. We're going to be releasing a podcast about our little experience. We're going to the mountains. I'm going to be getting some hiking boots. We're going to be traveling. We're going to be trekking. We're going to be bonding. I'm fucking ecstatic. I can't wait to see you.
Same. I know. I'm so excited and I can't wait to just be together in the same room and be able to share that energy that we have just all these miles away in person and we just get to bring our families together and just have a good little time in the mountains and we will be at the winery. So guys, just be prepared for shenanigans. Okay. We were a little bit heavy today, right? But we like to mix it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to make sure that we are bringing some levity to life because there's a lot of dark shit. And we want to make sure that regardless, you make connections that bring in the light. Dust off the windows and bring in the light.
Change it around so that way tomorrow is a better day for you and somebody else than it was yesterday. To that, I leave you with a few thoughts. Is somebody that's disrespecting you worth your time and energy to fix it? Is your mental health worth the time and energy to actually give it to that person? And if not, what do you do with it? You
Shred it.
shred it. Everybody, thank you for listening to us. Till next week. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.